Satsang-74, Non-Dual Brahman Explained. 8th October, 1935. Non-dual Brahman is not something other than oneself, Atman. There is nothing other. There is no need to imagine. We are without imagining. Everyone experiences oneself without imagining anything. That which is and that which appears is all only Brahman. The listeners have said that by the teaching they are satisfied. Yet the listener still raises questions, saying, "Through the teaching I have become one with the Absolute, and now I will remain in that Brahman. I feel that any thought about family and worldly life must not enter my mind. I become Brahman while I am listening. However, doubt descends, and again I remember things about my home, and it so happens a sense of duality arises and says, what about the family? Thus there is confusion and the mind wanders and says, please tell me what I must do. I feel that we must have no memory of those things, or rather that we must not have this body. And so long as I remember myself having a body, I cannot agree that I have become Brahman. How can one who is Brahman come back into family life? Either there should be Brahman, or one must lead the family life. Please tell me how to reconcile this. Even desire and anger still prevail. What must be done? Thus the listener claims that he lie down leisurely when Brahman is realized. The Guru asks, when those who have realized become still like a stone, have the other saints like Vyasa and Shuka gone to waste? You say that Shuka is liberated, but others have failed. How can you say only two are free? That means the Guru of Shuka should also be considered not to have destroyed illusion. If only two have crossed beyond, then why are the Vedas and scriptures still there to be followed? So all of this is not the case. Many great rishis, such as Vasa, were emancipated. One who says that only two have become free is ignorant. When knowingly someone says foolish things, he is a wise fool. For example, your neighbor may be wise, but does it follow that all others are stupid? The truly wise one will not agree to it. Now, if you say that only two are liberated, then where is the power of the Vedas? Is it false what the sages have said about the Vedas? That even if only one word of the Veda is understood, that man is a meritorious one. If many aspirants of the Vedas are not free, who will respect the Vedas? You think that only one who becomes hard like wood is liberated. How is it that the sage Shuka has not become still like a log of wood or a stone? He gave instructions to the king Parikshit. If he has taught Parikshit, how can you say that Shuka became like a stone? Had he become a stone, he could not have explained the Vedas. If one falls like a log of wood as soon as he realizes Brahman, who would be there afterwards to show the way to liberation? Who would impart knowledge to others? And who could have even taught that man in the first place? If he lies like a wooden log, who would teach others? All knowledge would have been lost. While explaining, one has to talk about all things, either permanent or perishable. Therefore, it would not do being sanely aware one moment and being motionless the next. That man would also be in bondage. That is why, with seeming inequity, such things as sitting in meditation, we must have the knowledge of Brahman while we are awake and active in speaking and walking and the like. Brahman is self-existent, without imagining. However, then, if everything is Brahman, your imagination is also Brahman, and worldly life is Brahman. Where did this so-called worldly life meet you? Where is it, and when is it? All is Brahman. You are also not outside of Brahman. Where is separate existence of the mundane life as such? The very nature of the realization of Brahman is like this. How can one set out to find out the darkness by taking a lighted torch in hand? Extinguish the torch, then the darkness is near you. The one who searches is light himself, Brahman. If without knowing oneself, one wanders all over the earth, one will not meet Brahman, even after eons of time. On the other hand, if the seeker knows that he himself is Brahman, then the lighted torch is the nearest thing to him, and wherever he may go, he is alone as Brahman and filling every space. One will then experience that there is nothing except Brahman everywhere. The torch means the sight that sees. If it is itself Brahman, whatever it looks at is automatically only Brahman. Moreover, if that sight and the power of seeing is ignorant, then whatever it sees is ignorance, is the illusion which is seen. Everything is already without any entanglement. A man may lie down after awakening from sleep, yet he is still, by all considerations, awake. Once you realize Brahman, even if you try to forget it, you will not forget it. On the contrary, you will be deeply aware of Brahman in unity. There is a story in which a man gave the mantra of Shiva to an aspirant to repeat, and warned him that while repeating that mantra, he should not think of a monkey. Then what happened? That man always thought of a monkey while repeating that mantra of Shiva. Not only this, but even in his dreams, he saw the monkey. He fell into illusion and saw a monkey in everything, in his wife and children and other people, and even his house. Therefore, it can be said that what is prohibited comes foremost in the mind. What is expected to be forgotten is twice remembered. To totally forget Maya is very difficult. So long as you have the body, there is involvement. How can you avoid it? You collect things for enjoying. You have accumulated things by your own desires, and now you feel it awkward. You are destroying your contentment. Please remember a simple fact. As a rule, no one does anything for anybody for no reason. In short, do not hope to get rid of your involvements in the future and to be free afterwards. This will not happen. Everything, including the family life, is Brahman. How can you say that there is Brahman in deep sleep and there is no Brahman in your waking state? The life led with the concept that you are your body, that you are an individual, is dangerously destructive. However, when you are Brahman in each and every active moment, then life itself is Brahman, and there is only bliss. Only if you live with the identification with the physical body does discontent and suffering arise.